What is up, guys? DG Whip here. My name is David. This is basically going to be a 2-year review on this Infiniti G35. Now, before you click off, yes, it's automatic. Do not roast me, please. I did actually want a manual, but I cannot find any in good shape. And then, honestly, I don't mind automatics as much as some people do. I don't think it's that big of a deal as long as I can still control my gears. And this actually has automatic rev matching. But anyways, that's not the point. The point is to review this G35. I've had it for 2 years. I am the second owner, believe it or not. First owner had it for 127,000 miles. I bought this when I was 19, and I do think I overpaid for it a little bit. It was like $7,500 from the dealer. Actually, it's not too bad, but with the dealer fees, it was like 9 grand. So I did pay like 9 grand for this. Again, one owner, well maintained, no problems. The first year I had it, I had a few issues. I went ahead and replaced my front wheel bearings because they were actually going bad. I had a weird overheating issue, and no one could really tell me what it is. No one had a really good diagnosis. The water pump was slightly leaking, so it needed replacing. However, it wasn't causing the car to overheat because it would overheat right away. The radiator was clogged, but it was testing good for some reason. So it wasn't fully clogged, but it was clogged enough to cause overheating. So pretty much replaced my whole cooling system, did coolant temperature sensor, water pump, radiator. I didn't do the fans, but thermostat. Another problem I had was my alternator went out, which is weird. It went out in a weird way I'd never had before. It would send too much voltage to the system, and because this car is like, what do you call it? The car is just smart. It senses that and it kills all the power to the car to save the computer from like getting fried. Scott figured that out, replaced the alternator, didn't have any issues with it. I replaced all 3 of my cam sensors. I made the mistake of getting cheap ones. Do not do that. They suck. My car would stall at red lights, and then the check engine light even came on one time. I put OEM ones on and I have not had a single issue. So only go OEM with cam sensors. I have obviously replaced tires, rims, brakes, and everything. Not rims, but tires, brakes. That's kind of to be expected. But maintenance wise, it hasn't really been too bad, and I haven't had really too many issues with it. Oh yeah, I did have to replace my AC compressor because the bearing on that was going bad, and I just went ahead and replaced the whole AC compressor. That way I didn't have to worry about it. This car is so fun, and I have a ton of fun with it. I do smoke anything of this year or below of this class. It's pretty funny. Especially I don't have to like lift my foot off the gas to shift, so I even compete with some manual V8 owners if they don't like shift well. And you'd be surprised how many people like granny shift and shift like ass, and they're the ones talking the most smack about automatics, which is funny. So some weird quirks about the interior. There's a lot of like storage space for what this is. Now you have like this little slot right here, ashtray, this cup holder, the glove box. You have 2 passenger glove boxes that you can put stuff in, which is interesting. This is locked because there's stuff in it, like money that I don't want people getting into. But and then you have this little panel right here you can put stuff in. And then if that's not enough, you have a card holder here. And then I believe there's another one. Yeah, there's another card holder here. So if you need like your ID cards put in a nice spot, that's a good place. You also have like a sunglass holder. You put your sunglasses in there. This is like the outdated Bluetooth phone setup. I actually have it hooked up and everything. I do use it because I do have my factory radio. I just use this radio transmitter to play my music. I did have a other radio in here, but it kind of sucked, so I took it back out. Isn't bad for 150,000 miles. Only thing on the interior, this is kind of coming off. That's not really a big deal. This is a little worn right here. The seats have a wear and tear, which is to be expected from leather. But the famous like G35 seat tear on mine isn't really that bad. I think it's because I'm a really small dude, to be honest with you. Because I've seen this thing just go shh on like every one of others G's, and mine really wasn't there when I got it, and that's the most that's happened after 2 years, which is pretty pretty good actually. This usually just gets annihilated like right away. You can set these seats. I just haven't been able to, like, I never took the time to do it for some reason. The cool thing about moving the steering wheel is that it moves up and down with the gauge cluster. So the gauge cluster moves with the steering wheel. That's pretty dope, not gonna lie. I have a police scanner. I don't like tickets. I got one and I was really mad, so I said fuck the police and I bought one. It actually does help, believe it or not. You're gonna get probably like 25 miles per gallon on the highway and like 16, 17 on the street. I do beat on it, so sometimes it can be worse than that. So don't expect great gas mileage out of this car. I mean, it is a sports car, so that's not what you bought it for anyway. For those of you that don't know the mods I have on this car, I don't have anything too crazy. I just have an intake, plenum spacer. I do have Tein flexi coilovers, even though the car doesn't look super low. It's on the stock setting still, but I deleted this pulley right here. There was like no point to having it. Have an oil catch can. Let's see if I can get a good shot under the car of the exhaust. So it looks pretty sick. I have a True Dual custom X-Pipe exhaust with MagnaFlow resonators, and I have Motordyne Art Pipes. I do have stock headers, but yeah, this whole exhaust is custom made, and I do need exhaust tips, I know. But yeah, exhaust looks really sick from underneath the car. I did convert this spoiler from an 0304. I did not like the 06 spoiler. It was just too small and dainty and like pointless. I think this looks more aggressive and sporty, but still not like ricey or anything. I love this spoiler. It just needs some paint, but yeah. Also, I am tuned by Z1 Motorsports. I have a video if you guys want to check that out on my channel. So with the power I'm pushing, I'm not really sure. Doing probably like 275 to the wheels, give or take. So we're talking a little over 300 to the crank. Not bad, not bad. But yeah, this car's been really good to me. I've daily driven it for 2 years. I bought this March. I bought this in March of 2018, and obviously it's June of 2020 now, so I've had it for some time, and it's been good. I'm actually going to take this car to California pretty soon here. These back seats are actually usable. I've actually had 4 people in this car multiple times, and never on any long trip, but whenever we just go to get food, or I offer to carpool, we go to the bar or anything like that, this works. And I'll even show you, I'll get behind my own seat here. Cool thing here is you can actually push this button and it'll scoot up automatically. It's only making that noise because I have the little things right there. My doors actually stay open. This is not a thing in G35s. I actually fixed them. You can check out my video. I made a video on how to fix these doors. But then when you get back in here, you can just push the button and it'll slide back. It does take a little bit of time, but it's not that big a deal. So this would be like how I sit normally, and I do have room back here. It's not like extremely spacious, but this works. And I have headroom. I just don't have a ton. If I like if we had a really big bump, I'm probably gonna hit the top, but this isn't bad. Definitely been in worse. This isn't no Toyota Supra, Mazda RX-8, where they're basically like unusable. But yeah, there is only 2 back seats here in the middle. There's a storage container, and there's actually cup holders. These kind of suck though. I wouldn't rely on these. There's an ashtray back here. It's pretty nice. If you want to hotbox the G, I'm sure people do that all the time. Go ahead and get out here. No, thank you. Awesome. Have a good day. A double protein style with the lettuce wrap, the grilled onions. So driving the G35 around as a daily driver, this is probably this is like a top tier daily driver for me personally. Sorry about that. This is a really awesome daily driver. It's so comfortable. Even at high speeds on the freeway, it feels very solid and smooth. Now, once I put my coilovers on, I did lose some of my comfortability going over bumps, but that's to be expected when going with coilovers. However, the car is super easy to drive. It's easy, it's fun, and then when you step on it, especially first and second gear, it's very torquey, surprisingly, and it's very easy to break the tires loose. And it's actually a little sketchy in the rain, just because it's rear-wheel drive. That's to be expected. But the cool thing about the automatic is that these automatically rev match. It's really fun. It makes it so you don't really regret so bad not getting the manual if you do get an automatic one of these. A lot of people get these as like one of their first enthusiast cars and they don't know how to drive stick. And I knew how to drive stick at the time. However, this car is in really good shape, and honestly, automatic here in Vegas, because we have a lot of traffic stop and go and long commutes and stuff like that, it's a little easier driving automatic. And this transmission, I don't have any problems with it. It's very reliable and solid. And the cool thing about this transmission, if it doesn't shift quick enough for you, you can spend $200 on a Transgo kit and you can upgrade it and it'll shift a lot faster. If you don't mind an average of 20 miles per gallon, this is a really solid daily driver, especially this is a really good option. People just coming out of high school and college, they really want to get a nice enthusiast car. This is definitely one of the ways to go if you don't want to get a 350Z like every other pleb out there. Comfy. All the seats are really nice and comfy. I don't have any real problems with this car, honestly. Can't really complain too much. Great deal for the price. A lot of fun, especially when you put some money under the hood. And yeah, other than that, guys, that's pretty much gonna do it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I have some SEMA plans for this car, and I have a bunch of other small side projects I might do later. So yeah, please subscribe and stay tuned. I'll see you guys next time.